Yo, what's going on everybody, this is Rocklan here and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to add 3D text to your Valorant Cinematics just like you saw in my previous montage called Monster using After Effects and a plugin called Element 3D. If you need any cinematics to add text to, then be sure to check out my Valorant Cinematics pack I released a few days back, or if you want to create your own, I also released a video on how to record your own and to edit them as well, so make sure you check them out. There'll be cards in the top right at the end of this video and also links in the description. Okay, so to start off, we're going to create a brand new After Effects project, then a new composition, call it whatever you want. I'm going to call mine 3D text. Set the width and height to the same as your cinematic, frame rate of 60 and a duration of however long your cinematics are. So I'm just going to leave mine at 20 and I'll shorten it down later. I'm going to hit OK on there. And now what I'm going to do is drag in the cinematic that I want to use for this. It is from my cinematics pack. It's called Ascend 15 if you want to follow along. So I'm going to drag and drop that in. And there you go, you can see it's now in my project. So I'm going to drag it straight onto the timeline, and as you can see it's just a simple cinematic on Ascent, I think, where I just fly through this little archway here and I want to have some text in the middle of it. So in order to tell After Effects where to put the text in 3D space, we need to camera track it. To do that, go up to the top, hit Window, and make sure that where you have Tracker is ticked, and then over here you'll see the Tracker tab, and you're just going to make sure you select it on your cinematic and hit track camera. What that's going to do is analyze the background, and it's going to put a bunch of points around which we can use to choose from to say exactly where we want our text to be. Okay, so as you can see it's 99% done, and it's going to solve the camera, and you'll see in a second it's going to put up all these little dots as you can see, and if we scroll through they should all be tracked to certain points within the cinematic. So I want my text to be inside of this arch, so I'm going to look for some points in here which are there throughout the entire cinematic. So I'm just going to go back and forwards and I'm going to look and see if I can notice any points that stay there the whole time. Okay, and I've actually decided I'm going to use these three on the back wall as they are pretty much the only points that stay there the whole time, and they do disappear once I've gone through the archway, so it won't be a big deal because our text will be here and we'll already be past it once those tracking points disappear. So now what we want to do is put this target in between those three so that it makes a triangle, as you can see, like that. Click it so it selects them, right click, hit create solid and camera. So now as you can see that is now tracked perfectly onto our cinematic. Next up, what I'm going to do is hide this solid. Okay, now to add the text to your scene. So what you want to do is right click and hit new text, and now you can type on screen whatever you want your cinematic to say. So for me I'm just going to put tutorial, and I'm going to shrink that down using the font size to around there. It doesn't really matter what it looks like, you can use whichever font you want, whatever colours you want, none of them will matter once we've applied it to Element. So I'm just going to drag my stroke down to 0 because we really don't need it for this sort of thing, and just sort of get the gist of what the text can look like, the size of it, the font, that sort of thing, and that's what we'll be modelling our 3D text around. So now we can hide that text and create a new solid, or press Ctrl Y to do that the same thing. 3D text is what I'm going to call it, and hit OK. And now I'll go over to the effects and presets, and we're going to be using this plugin by Video Copilot. It's called Element. It is quite expensive. I will leave a link in the description where you can purchase it for After Effects. However, I will be releasing another tutorial in a few days using Blender to achieve the exact same thing for free if you can't afford this, and I'm going to drag it onto my solid. Okay, so now what you're going to want to do is go over to the left side where the element effect is selected and go down to where it says Custom Layers, Custom Text and Masks, Path Layer 1, and change that to the text that you created. So in my case that's tutorial. Then you're going to go up to Scene Setup, hit Extrude, and as you can see the text is now in this viewport. Okay, so now what I recommend you do is you come over to where it says Extrusion Model, hit the down arrow, select Bevel, and then down here you can see it says Extrude and the value is currently 1. If we look from a side profile and change that value to 2, you can see it's got much thicker. You know, you can choose to have this however you like. You know, you could put it on 1.5 for example, which is a happy medium in the middle, or bump it up to something like 5 if you really want to. I'm going to leave mine at 2 and then come down to where it says bevel size, and I'm going to drag that up. That will also make the text thicker, but it will add, as you can see around the edge, this sort of bevel effect, which looks a lot better when you have it compared to when you don't. So I'm going to drag mine up to about 1.8, something like that, and leave it around there. I think that looks good. And next up is to add the materials. So I'm going to come over to where it says presets, come down here to materials, and you can see physical. You should have all of these materials by default when you install the plugin. However, I've also included a materials pack link in the description, which you can add here. It's called Elite Shaders, and it has a lot more which are much better. In order to import these materials, what you want to do is navigate to where you have After Effects installed, and then go to Support Files, Plugins, Video Copilot, Materials, and in here you'll see all the materials. As you can see, I've already dragged the folder in here, but what you're going to do is just extract it from the zip file and drop it straight into here. And then if you hit OK in the top right, and goes back to Scene Setup and then to Presets, it should then appear. In order to apply one of these textures, all you have to do is drag and drop it onto the text, and as you can see, it's now applied and the text is using that material. For this cinematic, I'm going to be using the one called Dark Grey, as I think this suits our aesthetic that I'm going for a lot better. And then all I'm going to do is come over and hit OK. Alright, so once you've pressed OK, it should take you back to the normal After Effects screen, and you'll wonder, you can't see the text. So why is that? So basically, After Effects doesn't know where the text should be. So if you look, when I come backwards, it suddenly appeared here, which is not exactly where we want it, but that's an easy fix. We'll just move it to where the tracked solid was that we created before. That's the reason we created it after all. So what we're going to want to do is go over to the track solid, hit the down arrow, go to where it says transform, and you can see the position over here. All you want to do is copy and paste that onto our 3D text. In order to do that, go to particle replicator, and then you can see position X, Y, and position Z. You're just going to go down to the solid that we created before and that's been camera tracked, copy the X onto here, copy the Y onto there, and copy the Z. And now, as you can see, it's right on that back wall where we tracked it before. That isn't perfectly where we want it to be, which is no big deal. We can move it around now. Once it's positioned roughly where we want it, we can now start to move it around. And now what you want to do is just drag these values here, and that will be able to position it where you want it to be. So if I start with the Z, you can see it moves around. So I want to bring it a bit closer, so I'm going to start by doing that. And I want to move it down a bit. I want to move it slightly left, bring it forwards, just to get it in the middle of there, down a little bit more. That looks about right. And if we move in a bit further, something like that. You can then go to where it says rotation if it's not facing the camera how you want it to be, and you've got control of X, Y, and Z rotation. So in order to make it point down towards the camera, I'm going to want to move the X rotation, so you can see like that. It's moving like this. I'm going to want to move it down towards the camera, something like that. And let's actually bring it down slightly as well. Something sort of like that. As you can see, it is now properly camera tracked. It appears in the middle of this, just like we wanted it to. And I actually want to add a bit of spacing between these letters, as I think they're slightly too close for my liking. You can make any changes to the text after the fact just by going back to the old text layer. We hide this quickly, and then, you know, if I want to change the spacing of it, I can just go over here to vertical alignment and add a bit of spacing, and you'll see that will change. As you can see, that will change on the 3D text in real time just by adjusting the other one. So I want to have it something sort of like that will do, I think, for this tutorial. And then of course I'm going to hide the original text. It's now how I want it to be. One setting that I really recommend you change just to make the text seem more like it's in the scene is if you come over to render settings, hit the down arrow, go to ambient occlusion, and then hit enable AO. And then here you can change the intensity, which will add sort of a shadow in here. Look, if I disable it and then re-enable it, you can see it's added this sort of shadow. You can change the radius, which will feather it out a bit more, make it look a bit more realistic. The distribution as well. So if we show before and after, it just looks a lot more like it should be in the scene. Of course, play around with it a lot more when you do it for real. This is just a tutorial. I'm just showing you the basics. You can mess around, change the materials, change the ambient occlusion, change anything that you like to make it suit your cinematic. And then I'm just gonna select it all, pre-compose, and I'm gonna add some curves just to make it look even better. So as you can see, the text is perfectly tracked to the cinematic. It's looking real good. All we need to do is crop the end here. As you can see, the cinematic ends and we're unable to solve the camera, so we're just going to drag the workspace area down to there. Or if you're adding more cinematics after it, you can just select it, Control Shift D, and then get rid of that. And now if we watch it again, you can see it's all good. I'm going to put on screen now what this looks like once it's been edited, and that is basically what you could expect the final result to look like. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I'm going to be releasing another one later on this week showing you how to achieve the exact same effect using Blender instead of the Element plugin, as that will then make it completely free. If you did find this video useful, make sure you leave a thumbs up and comment down below. Subscribe to check out more tutorials just like this, as well as some of my other edits. Make sure you check out my cinematics pack if you haven't got any already, or learn how to record some for yourself. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next video.